What is this choice? The choice is to find in your world that which reflects who you truly are, and to leave out of your world that which you've been taught you truly are. You've been given the opportunity to embrace, to seize, to grab a hold of, to grasp a place in this cosmology, in this incarnation cycle that you've never had the opportunity to enjoy before. As a group, let's say. You've been given the opportunity to reach up to your soul and say, yes, I'm ready to experience a collaboration that is unprecedented. And you've been able to say, I'm ready to experience the human form in a completely new way. Now let's just assume that this choice is something you're interested in making and that you're interested in pursuing this path. Now is where the clarity comes in. How does one go about embracing this new way of being? How does one go about saying, yes, this choice is my choice? You have to really make a commitment that the little bitty things that you call your everyday life cease to have the degree of influence and importance that you've given them so far. It has been that getting this bill paid, or getting this class taken, or having this relationship work out, or feeling a certain way, has been your entire experience. That's been who you are. But when you add an increased amount of soul energy to the incarnation, those things stop being the most important thing. And what is replacing it? That's what we're here to talk about tonight. When you add significant amount of soul energy into a human form that is already vibrating at a level at which that opportunity for meeting can occur, that's an important step, but you've all done that step. You've all raised your vibration by being conscious to a point where your soul energy is ready to come in a more deep way. Yeah? So now, what happens? How do you experience your life with your soul energy deeply infused in you? You experience it as a new outlook. And this is where the crux of the problem is. Adopting a completely new outlook on life feels very strange. It feels like you've fallen off a cliff, lost your mind, gone nuts, whatever you like to call it. It feels like you're giving up on your life. It feels like you're losing touch. It feels like you've slipped out of gear somehow. When all of a sudden the things that have always made you who you are cease to define you appropriately or accurately. When you start to realize that new things are more important, and those new things don't have any sort of foundation for them to be drawn on. When you do wild things like quit your job and move your house and split up with your partner, because energetically you know those things don't support you, but you don't look for having it fixed or in place or knowing exactly what the next step is. You say, I've had enough. Yes, Randy, that was the line? I can't take it anymore?
I am done with.
I am done with this.
Mm-hmm.
Use any of those three. You simply say, I don't have to have an answer. All I know is that the current situation is not something I can continue to deal with. It doesn't have to be replaced by something immediately. I don't have to know what the next thing is. This current situation is not tolerable. And the next step is to remove myself from it. And then knowing that I'm a high vibrational being and that everything occurs for my growth, I'm going to trust that the next thing is the right thing, whatever thing that is. We've been talking about this tool for a very long time together. But now it's time that we're choosing. It's not just, oh, well, you know, there was a detour on the freeway and I ended up taking the long way home and I'm going to decide that that's a positive thing for my spiritual growth. And I'm not going to be annoyed that it took me 45 extra minutes to get home because I'm a spiritual being and I can grow through anything. No. The time for that being a big deal is gone. That's not even worth mentioning anymore. Because the opportunity to bring yourself in alignment with your soul's energy and to fuel your ascension process is here. So on a day-to-day basis, how does this look? It looks like taking it all up a notch. Now, a lot of you have been around children, so here we'll give you an example that involves children. We're going to use your kids, John, as an example.
Okay.
If Samantha has a toy, and Johnny comes along and takes it from her,
Mm-hmm.
and she's upset because her toy's gone, and she was playing with it,
Mm-hmm.
to her, many times, this seems like the world is currently going to explode. There's a countdown of 10, and the entire earth is going to blow up if she doesn't get the toy back. It's that big of a deal, right?
Right.
The whole world is consumed with the idea that that toy is not in her hands anymore and that he took it. Okay. All of you can kind of get a little, haha, yeah, that's right, I don't do that, out of that story. Yeah. But that's the level at which, we're going to say it, your petty problems are showing up. And it's about time that we had a little bit of a grow up happen. And the grow up is Samantha going, oh, fine, Johnny, you need the toy, you can have it. I've got 2,500 other toys and I will go play with something else. Because what is okay. You see? And then John puts that toy down because he could care less about it. He just wanted to get a rise out of her anyway. And she goes and picks it up and
That's
plays
it.
with it anyway.
Yeah.
So she got her way by being what? A little more mature. Not rising to the bait. Not rising to the bait of society telling you this should be bugging you. The financial system, the political system, okay? Not rising to the bait that says, this is a big, big problem. And if you don't worry about it, you know what's going to happen? All hell's going to break loose. Just like Samantha could think about her toy being taken. When you start to really embody your soul's energy, you're going to start to realize that the things that currently feel like they're a big deal are completely irrelevant to your growth. Or the only relevance they have is in your opportunity to use them as a stepping stone to where you're actually headed. This too is something interesting. This too is something that's teaching me. This too is something to be experienced. That level of maturation that we're inviting Samantha to someday experience. She's only 5. So as Samantha realizes the whole story with she and her older brother, and the rest of her world will shift. Yes, you can see that obviously. As you start to realize that your reactions to your entire society are equally needing maturation, and they will equally have a powerful transformation in how you experience the world. We hope it will make it easier to actually do